This was really sampled how to Dougie.
Yeah? What? No, I did that because that's the type of thing that like people make fun of like TV for. Oh, you like someone is white writing a Latinx character when they do shit like that. Oh! Because like they don't really switch.
You have too much pride.
I guess that was written by a white person.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No, me neither.
Written by Mine is, this is the reason why Attack on Titan got 17 final seasons. Because they put their whole production, my God.
Their whole map up in there. that's what they put in there.
Their Maestro.
I forgot what you say. Archangels episode 4? Chainsaw Man.
Ooh!
Beautiful.
Every time that we like make it to another recording, I'm just like, this is crazy.
Shocked that we made it.
We really do this every week.
We try. There is an attempt, and most of the time it's successful.
For recording on like a Saturday afternoon, we really gotta like wow our social lives.
Listen,
I consider this a social event. I love it.
It is a social event. I get out of the house. That's enough for me.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. It's because I don't leave.
Yeah, you don't leave.
That probably, and I usually have sweatpants on, but I put on
real clothes.
My big girl pants today.
Not that you'll see.
Yeah. Well, I was busting it down. Maybe I'll put in the intro. Intro for proof.
True.
Intro for proof. How is you?
I'm good.
Excellent. We are, I feel like, in good moods today.
Yeah. It's been
that's right.
a bit of a struggle for me, up and down, but today has been great. I had a little cry yesterday. And I feel like that was needed.
I love that.
There's something about like I started doing this because I get tired of writing, like with journaling.
Yeah.
I get tired of like writing. My hand gets tired.
Oh, that's the thing.
And like not enough of my thoughts come out, and I started recording like voice memos for just myself. And yesterday, like as soon as I hit record, I got the little like thing in my throat, and I was like, I wanted to cry, and I was like, what the fuck have I trained myself to
Pavlov's
start crying
dog.
as soon as the voice memo comes out?
You hear the little boop boop and you're like
I was like, oh my God. It was needed though. I felt like I was holding a lot in. But it has been like a pretty good week. Like I feel like I was doing good in work, and I was trying hard.
That's the thing. Effort.
Yeah. Oh, I want to ask, if we had a newsletter, would you guys subscribe?
Y'all know how to read? Y'all literate or what?
Let us know. Because that is an idea that's floating around. I feel like maybe a Twitter might be like a
first step,
easier step than newsletter. But I feel like I need a project of some sort.
You could also
I am on Twitter a lot. Like if you follow us on Twitter, expect shit posting mostly about Death Note. But I could also tweet about whatever we're talking about that week.
You better. There better
like
not be a Death
tweeting.
Note heavy. That does not represent my brand.
Follow me on
there
on
we
Twitter
go.
then if you want some more Death Note. Well, for right now, we change. I am at the gay note.
No, you're not.
I am.
Oh my God. Is that a new one?
No, I just
just
changed the
changed it?
username.
That's how you know it's real. You got gay note? No one took gay note?
The gay note. Yeah, I know, right? I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me double.
That's surprising to me.
I tried real hard. To get it.
Oh my god. The human whose name is written in the note will be... Oh my god. All right, moving on.
Anyway, how was your week?
My week... Oh, I was gonna say good, but yeah, I guess it's been a whirlwind of emotions. My fucking prospective roommates like ghosted me and embarrassed me because I told the whole office about it. And I literally said, "Oh my god, we're gonna throw a party. It's gonna be lit. Everyone come through." And now I'm gonna have to be like, well, Frankie already knows, and Jackie too. We're the only people, and you know. So that happened. Like, I know it's the narcissism and ego, but like genuinely in my mind, I feel like a natural disaster happened. And
like you mean like that's why they didn't answer? Because
they like got hit by cars.
Okay. No, people just ghost.
What do you gain? I'm like, and then like, okay, well then unfollow me on Instagram. But anyway, so that happened. Chainsaw Man?
Yes. Okay.
This is how I would pull it. Like, I'm ready to fight. This anime is why Attack on Titan got 3 parts. I hope y'all know.
Yeah.
It not confirmed. A new outro every episode
is insanely wild. I also think it's a new song.
Yes, it is.
Every
it's a different song every time.
Which is insane. You know how much money that is for licensing?
The fan service that like you get your character in all these different clothing in all these different universes.
Fucking wild.
Bitch. I'm just so happy for these manga readers because I feel like this is a very diehard fandom from what I see.
Yes.
Like they were like, they better not fuck this up. Like,
and they didn't. I feel like people are really happy with it.
I mean, manga readers like sound off, but like I can't imagine reading a manga and that being the result.
And also the intro,
oh my god,
is so iconic and so good. It references different movies.
Do you think that costs money too?
Oh yeah.
The references?
I don't know, because maybe they could just say it's a parody.
Oh, okay.
So, but like the animation is so human-like. It's obviously that they keyed it with like the actual scene, right? Yeah. So it wasn't from scratch, but still, it was so good.
Because okay, when you read the manga, right, you're like, okay, I love this. But when you go to the anime, you're looking for the music. You're looking obviously for the movement, and you're looking for the opening and the closing
and the voice acting
and imagine if they toned down the gore. That would piss me off. So yeah, okay. So I essentially just know I just always knew Chainsaw Man is like you said, a highly anticipated, like the definition of cult favorite.
Yeah,
it's up there with Tokyo Revengers. Not with the production, but with the cult favorite manga people. Yeah. I didn't like Tokyo Revengers.
I didn't see it.
I tried watching it. It was very guys being bros being dudes.
Right.
Yeah. What's your first impression?
Okay, so my first impression was this is too much for me.
When we're watching it together?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, this is too much for me. I don't like gore, especially when it's like it feels sort of senseless.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really serve, you know, when it's so over the top that you feel like it doesn't really serve the story.
Right.
When it's this over the top, like come on. But I found that like as I was watching it, either the gore lessened or I got used to it, and by the end I wasn't that bothered by it. So.
I know. I started looking forward to it.
Nice.
It felt like an homage to horror. Like it just felt like, okay,
like body horror.
Yes. I see a lot of like references in this show, like not literally, but it like, you know, when you can tell, like, okay, take SZA, you know that bitch watches like indie movies, like not indie, but like her song Kill Bill, her other song Gone Girl, she's always talking about all these movies up in her thing, in her music. I feel like this author watched Rick and Morty with the spiky teeth, and I mean, I know they're demons, but the humor kind of gives Rick and Morty a little bit. I feel like it gave me, do you know Perfect Blue? The anime movie. It's like famous for when she looks in the reflection and then her in the bus and then her reflection moves.
No.
It's like a
horror
moody thriller.
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of like gave those vibes. I just feel like the author is a very
cinephile. Cinephile.
Well-read, like cultured cinephile. Because it's a very dynamic, very complex many layers anime, especially with the camera work.
Yeah. And I think like it's also why it's so funny that it's just called Chainsaw Man.
Yes,
because I really did think that it was just like a guy who had powers as a chainsaw, and that was it. Like the first episode is just about Denji, and I thought that was what the show was gonna be.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know if I'm a fan of this. I don't know. But then it got so complicated, and the lore is so interesting. And the magic system is so interesting, and all the different characters and their dynamics. Yeah, it's just like at first glance it looks so simple and like, what's but when you start actually watching it, it's like a lot more than that.
Yeah, because it gives action, and with action you don't. Because even like take Naruto, it's complex, but like that is about Naruto. We have to talk about the similarity between this and Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay.
Absolutely.
At first I thought like, okay, yeah, Aki and Megumi. But then it even goes as far, I'd say, of what we're talking about. Like, in Jujutsu Kaisen, Megumi kind of starts, like, he's his own main character.
Yeah.
Same with Aki. Like, what the fuck? Not Itadori, but they both have those blonde mentors on the side.
Yes.
Crazy girly.
Yeah,
power. Who's really powerful with a hammer.
Yeah, power and what's her name?
Power.
And the other girly from.
Oh, the sad one.
No, from Jujutsu Kaisen.
I get it wrong every time. I always call her Tsubasa, but that is not her name.
Well, you know what we mean.
You know what we're talking about.
And then Denji and Itadori are like literally the same. They both get overtaken by demons
Hounds.
Without thinking. They don't really. I mean, I guess Itadori does value his own life, but like, I mean, he doesn't, but not at the extent that like Denji doesn't.
He's
value
educated.
His own life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many references.
Even the
and
mood.
For the first half of us watching Chainsaw Man, we called Aki Megumi because those bitches are the same. I'm sorry.
Aki Megumi, or whatever this is. Giant wolf appears. Even like the same moodiness.
Yeah. Also, I'm not gonna say any spoilers. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything, but I will say that it gets even more like similar later on in the manga. Megumi and like Aki.
Really?
Where like there's a plot twist that happens, and they're the same plot twist.
Really?
It's wild. This is what happens when you're in deep in fandom as I am, with like fandoms that you don't follow.
Yeah.
Like I know things that are gonna happen without the context of knowing how it happens. Anyway, if you read the manga, you know what I mean, and it's insane. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, first note.
Yes. Well, I did this in a sort of like backward sort of way because I started watching episode 8, and so like that was my first note, but I did rewatch the beginning.
Oh, did you start taking notes where we left off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But we'll start in the first episode. We also don't have to go episode by episode.
No, we're gonna have to maybe cut it up.
Jump around.
I was thinking that as I was taking notes. I was like, I'm not reading all this.
Yeah. Because I feel like for a lot of it, in the beginning, there's not much going on. Like it's the intro to the world. 3
concrete things happen. Everything else is very moody, slow.
Yeah. I think it doesn't really. For me, it didn't get like. I didn't get hooked in the story until the hotel.
Okay.
I think the hotel changed a lot, and that's when I was like, ooh.
What's weird is that's how Jujutsu Kaisen worked for me. When they got fucking trapped in a jail, the prison one.
Oh.
When they couldn't walk out, we watched it.
Yeah, and we said how similar it was.
And they were like, "Where's the door?" And they were like, yeah, because when I first started watching Jujutsu Kaisen, I turned it off. I was like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
The first
also,
episode.
the relationship between Power and Denji is the same as Itadori and
Miss Thing.
Yeah.
No misogyny. We genuinely don't remember. Mine is, this is the reason why Attack on Titan got 17 final seasons, because they put their whole production, my God,
their whole mappa in there. That's what they put in there.
Their Yeah. They're hold my
Iconic.
pussy up in that hoe.
My first note isn't until like it just says management costs. What does that even
Management
mean?
costs?
The Yakuza guy who Denji has like a debt for, when he killed the tomato demon, he was like going down the list of all the things that like the taxes of like, oh, this is for this and this is for this, and then he also said management costs, and it's like, do you mean like you're managing Denji? Like, what does that mean?
My hatred for the grandpa, the Ji-chan,
Yeah,
bitch, rot.
this episode is so sad. It's just so depressing and bleak looking.
And
And
slow.
you feel so bad for Denji.
Because they show it.
Yeah.
They show everything. That man got ate up by the zombies. And then I thought, okay,
And
maybe.
stabbed several times.
And you hear it, you see it, you feel
And his
it.
scream. Oof. Something that I want to say. It starts the same way it ends. Did you notice that?
With the dream?
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that.
So at the ending, there's an after credit scene where you kind of go back to the door. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that that's also how the series starts, with like that door.
Yes, so we have our anime protagonist, Denji. He is a poor, abused,
Poor.
poor bitch, bottom of the barrel ass, like $5
Selling
lasting a
his
week.
organs poor.
That's the way that they were just like, he's like, I sold my kidney, I sold my like left ball or
Left
something.
eye.
He didn't have an eye. Yeah. And then it came back. Okay. Yeah. He is so poor because his father left him with like millions of dollars in debt. Alleged. I don't something.
To the Yakuza. Yeah.
To the Yakuza. Yes. And then so he decided, he found Pochita. He like helped out this little demon Zog. There's a little chainsaw coming out of his head. Pochita.
Baby.
And was like, I will hunt down devils for y'all because I guess
that makes the most money.
Yeah. They'll give him money. But he's evidently being like pimped out and taken advantage of. And one day he goes to deliver goods and they're like, yeah, we don't need you anymore. We sold our soul to this devil. Mm-hmm. But then
not
they
knowing
got
that it was a zombie devil. So stupid.
Fucking idiots.
Do your research. So he dies.
Yeah.
He gets eaten alive by these zombies and stabbed and like whatever. And he told Pochita that if he died, Pochita can possess him and he can live out their dreams, like of having a good life, a comfortable life. And so he dies. He's in the trash, and Pochita gets a little bit of his blood, so like it heals him, and then he like possesses him, but he doesn't. He tells him that he's gonna make. He says, here's a new contract for you. This time you're getting my heart.
Oh.
I don't know what that means. Because does that mean that they had a previous contract? What is the use of contract here? Is it just like an agreement? Like, was it before just an agreement that they were gonna survive together? Like, is that what that means? Or does it mean that he actually made like a actual contract with Chainsaw?
Right, because also I feel like contracts, from what we know, require sacrifices.
Yes. Like bodily.
That is so fascinating because when I tell you, I was confused between the difference of
Me too.
What is his name? Denji and Fiends. And Denji's immortal, but power isn't.
And possessed. Also,
and everyone wants his heart.
Yeah.
But then does the katana guy have the katana heart?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm very confused by like the lore, specifically because I'm like, okay, we need to set out the differences between each thing, because like there's a possessed ones that don't have like any brain power, like the one from the second episode, but then they introduce power as someone who's also possessed. Yeah, but she's smart. She's like,
does that mean she whatever? That's another thing though, because like
explain it to us.
Yeah, help us out here, because the thing is, what's so funny is when I first saw this is half Jujutsu Kaisen, this is half Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
But when I first saw Jujutsu, I was like, this is Naruto, and now I'm looking at Chainsaw Man. But so I cannot wait. Well, even though you said they're similar as it goes on, This anime I know is gonna get ape shit crazy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That
You
like
don't-
it
you don't
gets
make a
real
character
depressing.
like Makima. Yeah, you don't make a character like Makima, and you're like, okay, it's just gonna be like chill.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be insane. I mean, it's already a little insane.
It is. It felt like almost like a trailer a little bit, like the way it ended with like, okay,
Like a prologue.
Let's begin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was also gonna say, they're also collecting pieces of a devil they're trying to catch.
You're right. You're right.
Honestly,
There's
props.
no fingers. It's just bullets. Pieces of the bullets.
Honestly, and they want Denji, so Denji is like essential, so they're not gonna kill him.
But they will. If they have to.
The thing is that like honestly, I guess this shows how good the anime is because I was never bothered. I was just like
Me neither.
recognizing.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen all of Jujutsu, but
Yeah. Oh, why did they put him in the trash can?
because he was
Just
dead.
eat him. You're zombies.
That's true.
That was a plot hole for me because I'm like,
yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
because also the grandpa got possessed too, right?
Yeah.
So this devil monster was like, all right, let's go put this dead body in the trash.
And also the katana blamed Denji for killing the grandpa. The grandpa killed himself, bro. Like it was the devil.
Your grandpa is a mob boss.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you think this is a good man?
Yeah.
What?
I
Also,
know.
to make it that old and being a Yakuza, that's like an accomplishment.
Yeah.
That was so stupid to me.
That was stupid.
Like, I'm like, you're all this rage is towards someone who killed your grandpa. Was he raised by the grandpa?
Maybe. Also, I had another point that like the fact that it starts with that dream of the door, which we later on find out that it's something to do with Denji's heart, which everyone wants. That means that whatever this is happened before the contract where Chainsaw gave him his heart.
Whatever what is.
The dream. Like
Oh.
whatever's going on with Denji's heart that they want doesn't have a lot to do with Chainsaw, actually.
You don't think so?
Because he had the dream before he
Pochita?
died. Yeah. Well, before he died, like at the end of the episode.
Okay, you know what I think? Because as it was going on, I have a feeling that Chainsaw is almost maybe like with the Shinigamis and how there's like a Shinigami king. I low-key feel like Pochita, I feel like it's either Pochita is just like pretending to be weak and was like actually a god or whatever.
Yeah.
In like the gun devil level.
Yeah.
Or is like a part of like a house of the chainsaw. Because when that little devil thing in the hotel was like chainsaw.
Yeah. I was like,
you know?
why is everyone so afraid of this?
Yeah.
It's a little dog.
Yeah. So that's what
who like just was with Denji.
Yeah.
Like
so
he wasn't that powerful, so why all of a sudden everyone's scared of it? This is why it's intriguing. Like,
We haven't
and
even-
I might just start reading the manga.
I think
to
I
be
have
honest,
to.
because I really need to know what the fuck's going on.
I have so many questions, and I also feel like
and also, we're gonna be waiting years for season 2. Like this is not gonna be, poor Mappa.
we're gonna be 30.
Yeah.
I'll be crying at my 30th birthday, being like, it's all over. Ooh, part of the lore that I am obsessed with, and I didn't realize until second watch, is that their power is based off of how scary their like what object they're based off of is.
Yeah.
The commentary, that gun. And then in the hotel when it was the eternity god.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they were all freaking out about being stuck in that hotel forever.
Yeah.
So that thing was powerful as fuck.
Because it feeds off fear.
Yeah.
And then also at the end where Aki fights a ghost devil.
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, the ghost devil is blind and it can only see through fear.
Yeah.
And so when he got that cigarette, Aki wasn't afraid anymore, and that's how he beat him. It's so fascinating. It's so good. It's so good.
Come on, like Bleach level lore.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Denji gets rescued by Makima, who is the leader of the Special Division in Public Safety Commission. And she basically is really soft and gentle with him and it's like, I'm gonna take care of you now. You're my dog. And he's obsessed with her. And it seems like every single man that meets Makima is obsessed with her. she has to have like a manipulation devil or something. Like, what the fuck?
Yes. Oh my God. I was actually thinking, or was that your thought?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just wanted to explain what happened after that.
Oh, I have so much to say about this fucking anime. I feel like she is because, well, I did say that Makima got Gojo's eye budget because her eyes.
Yeah, they're also the same eyes as Power.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like she has to be some sort of like possessed or like fiend. Obviously, we know she has a contract with a secret.
What if her contract is with the Gun Devil?
That would be insane.
Because I cannot wait until this bitch loses composure. Because every anime villain, whether it's like Aizen or I don't know, someone else,
scary.
She is gonna look terrifying.
Yeah.
And is probably gonna kill Denji. He's gonna come back to life or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did say that seeing the intro and not knowing anything about the anime is crazy because 80 things happen. Yeah. Like, and I'm just like, is all this gonna happen in like this season? I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, like, a lot of the devils that get introduced later on are in it. Like the guy with the mask.
In like 2 seconds, the shark guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
The character designs are so cool.
Yeah.
They're so unique.
The music.
Oh, the music is so good too.
The music is so good because I think that was the difference for me from Jujutsu is that Jujutsu don't become with that music like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it? The Powerpuff Girls like.
Yeah. I love Aki.
Excellent.
I love him so much. He's everything. And he is someone who hates devils and is like really serious and like hardcore, and he wants revenge because his family got killed by the Gun Devil. So he's trying to find the Gun Devil and kill him.
They got God, bro.
Yeah.
What was that? It didn't even look like a gun, did it? Looked like the Alaskan bullworm.
I know.
So I was like,
yeah, the Gun Devil is interesting. It's an interesting like metaphor.
Oh, the metaphors, but continue with your Aki love.
Oh yeah. Aki love. Aki I just know that he's gonna have such a nice growth.
It already started happening.
Like, it already started happening. And like the character development is gonna be so good.
Sexy.
Just when like a dark-haired, moody character starts off, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna love
you. You about to get loosened up.
You're about to be. And also, the more you learn about Aki, the fact that like he is the only one who cries.
Oh, I love an emotional.
I love that so much because it goes so against his character when we first meet him. Mm-hmm. Where like he doesn't seem like the type who'd cry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Aki Denji meeting is iconic.
Absolutely.
We're also like getting Makima's vibe, how she controls all men. It was definitely written by a man. I also said Aki is low-key insane for kicking this guy's ass, throwing a cigarette on him, and spitting on him. Aki is crazy. Like, that's actually crazy.
Crazy.
This is, I love the way that this show does this. That's excellent.
Everything.
They love doing that. They did that also. Aki was going to put out a cigarette, and then it cut to Himeno putting out her cigarette.
Yes, yeah.
The use of objects in this show, immaculate. Like,
the editing is absolutely beautiful.
Chainsaw, you have our full respect.
Yeah, you really do. Like, every part of this show is beautiful and intentional.
Yes.
It's like every shot is intentional. It reminds me of that one shot near the end where Aki is thinking about Himeno. And when he's fighting like the ghost devil, and he sees a cigarette, and it goes from just her, like him watching her smoke, and then it cuts to like different shots of her. Do you remember this?
Yes. Really quick.
Yeah, really quick.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do it every single time.
No.
It does it like in increments, and the shots get faster, and they like. It's so beautiful. It's so good.
A crescendo's happening in the background to just show like how quick life passes you by.
It's just so good.
Chainsaw Man, you better fucking work.
I didn't expect it to be this much of a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a gory show.
Manga readers, we get you.
We get you.
Let's talk about Power.
Yes, and then we can talk about the hotel.
Do you think she named herself?
Absolutely.
When I found out that,
Absolutely, she did.
love that. I didn't. Okay, and it took me second watch to realize that she was like the blood fiend.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really get that like they each had their own thing.
Yeah.
I
With
love
whoever
that.
the devil is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Power lying straight out the gate after Denji and her go fight someone and they like she practically almost kills like the whole city.
Yeah.
Denji made me do it.
It's so funny.
Zero remorse.
I love the way that Power talks in English in the English dub is so funny. She talks in like old English sort of way, like very old timey. And even Denji says like, "Why do you talk like that?"
Oh, really?
And maybe she talks like that in Japanese, but because we don't know Japanese, we don't know that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. But it's so funny.
This outro, wait, is this a Power outro? This is crazy.
Oh.
And then excellent.
Biblical reference.
It's excellent.
Is this Death Note?
It's literally giving Death Note. Light Yagami found dead.
Honestly, that outro.
Literally.
Literally.
Something Power says that I was like, there are just bangers in this show. As she says, I love blood, the smell, the taste, the mortality. Bitch. Okay.
During this arc with like Power and the cat, I was so worried the entire time because I thought that cat was gonna die.
Oh, getting the cat back.
Oh, that arc lasts for like 3 episodes, and I was holding my breath the entire time. I don't feel like when I first saw it, I couldn't really enjoy it because I was so worried about the cat. But now rewatching, now that I know that the cat's gonna be fine,
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
That is. I think we also get to see that how Denji is actually a good person, despite this dumbass Katana man being like, "You have no conscience."
And also, well, maybe he did it for the boobs.
But no, I'm talking when he didn't made sure no one died.
Oh,
And like
yes.
he threw that guy in the car, and it seemed like it was bad, but it was to save his life.
Yeah.
And then he told the lady in the train, "Get the fuck off the train" or something. She was like, "I wanted to thank you." So it's not true that he doesn't have a conscience.
Exactly.
We have to talk about the tits touching.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Power is like, you know what? I vibe. And then is like, okay, go ahead, go at it. Titty cups.
Yeah.
And then she
Why?
I'm like, has she been wearing those?
Why would Power do that?
Has she been wearing those, or did she put them in like for that?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, it doesn't really seem like something she would do.
Yeah.
Like, she wouldn't see the point of it unless she learned that, like, she could use it to manipulate
to her advantage.
people. Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Because she was naked most of the time.
Yeah. I thought this was so fucking funny. The cat hops on her shoulder.
Yeah,
she's like,
he was
right.
a little disappointed. I think he built it up in his head, and then reality wasn't as good.
To which we get the biggest HR violation in the book,
Absolutely.
where he's like, I don't know, I like touched her boobs and I just didn't feel anything, and Makima fully like puts his thumb in her mouth and is like, you really just have to like the person or whatever. She right. She right, but yeah, definitely predatory behavior. Okay.
Yeah.
Hotel.
This reminds me, for anyone who's seen Doctor Who, it's 2 episode or 3 episode, 2 episode arc of them being stuck in the hotel reminds me so much of the season 6 episode of Doctor Who where they get stuck in a motel and each door, it's like a time, there's this floor, the motel itself is stuck in a time loop and they can't get out of it. And each door is a nightmare of their own making, like one of their own nightmares. And you can only enter your own. And so the motel was taken over by like, I think it was like a fear creature or something. Okay. It's very similar to this, which is why I was like, oh my God, this reminds me so much of that Doctor Who episode. And that Doctor Who episode is one of my favorites. Ooh. So like, I was like, oh, this is intriguing. Ooh. This is good. I love a good mystery.
Do people die in Doctor Who?
They do die.
Okay.
I think they did in that episode.
yes, we have this melted cheese ass monster that they are supposed to get rid of because they think it might have a gunmetal piece in it. Also, it's just terrorizing this hotel. They go in, they're like, oh shit, we're trapped. We get introduced to the other division people, the squeamish bitch who's just in it for money.
What's her name?
I was gonna say Ochako, but no.
Honestly,
Ochako a baddie though.
Inspired for sure.
This girl's shaking in her boots. We also get the 22-year-old bro who is pretty plain. And him and should we see how they pronounce it? Himeno?
I think it's Himeno.
Himeno. Okay. It was only on second watch that I cried when she died.
The anxious chick.
Oh, Kobeni.
Yeah, Himeno.
We get introduced to her, and she just gives the classic, like, they always have that haircut. Like the...
Well, she doesn't die in this.
No. But I'm just thinking, like, watching it knowing she was going to die was very different than watching it not knowing.
Yeah.
And you'd think that the first time I'd cry when she died, but it wasn't until the second time.
Yeah. Because, like, I feel like you don't know her.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you don't really know her until, like, I never really liked her, to be honest. But maybe if I rewatch those.
Well, she wanted to fuck a 16-year-old, so.
No, for sure. I mean, I think that's when I started to really dislike her. I
was like, okay, it's one thing, like, she found out he was 16, and, like, I don't know.
A specific scene.
Oh, the puke?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, if you drink that much that you puke into someone's mouth, you have a problem.
Honestly, icon, you know? Let's just say that they really got it right. That is what it looks like coming home drunk to your own place. I'm bumping into walls. I'm like, let me shower real quick. And I'm like, oh. The fact that she got another drink, that's crazy though.
Yeah.
That's scary. We see how much she cares for Aki.
She cares a lot about Aki. So they're trapped in this hotel, and the devil that's there wants to kill Denji for some reason. Do we know?
This is when we get the first glimpse at, like, we're like, who's Chainsaw?
Yeah.
Because at the very end, when the Eternity Devil, when she dies, she goes like, Chainsaw, like, or no, when they're fighting, she goes, you're nothing like what you used to be or something. Oh. I said, ma'am?
What does that mean?
She said,
what does that mean? In order to escape, they have to kill Denji.
And Kobeni,
like, crazy ass motherfucker. She goes in and tries to stab Denji, and Aki gets in the way.
Yes,
and saves him. Which growth.
Bitch, Aki folds so fast. What do you
really
think his sign is?
You know what sign? Simp.
You know what sign? He is full simp. He goes from being like kicking this man in the nuts and spitting on him, and goes or beating him up and says, even if it costs me my own life, I'm not letting him die. Aki, girl. Power would have met these fists in these moments. This bitch is laughing. This bitch is talking about raising sales tax. This bitch is doing nothing to help the cause. She would have met these fists. Let's just say.
Oh, she's so funny.
They were in there for
weeks. And he was fighting for
3 days. He was fighting for three fucking days.
That's fucking insane.
And he had to eat the blood. These hoes went through it. That is a team building exercise if I've ever seen one.
Absolutely it is.
Aki fully stabbed by this bitch.
Starving.
They don't give Denji enough credit.
They don't.
Power didn't do shit.
He saved their ass.
He said, all right, I kind of am obsessed with when people just go crazy. He was just like, he's like, this is the best part, and just fucking stabbing her over and over again. I was like, Denji, work. And then they go to the dinner party where Miss Makima shows up and outdrinks everyone.
This is the worst moment of my life when I saw this. This is the worst. It was the worst moment of my life.
It's crazy to watch for the first time.
Yeah.
Because you're like, go,
it's
Denji.
It's crazy to watch anytime.
It's like, go, Denji.
It was so gross, they censored it.
Yeah, Japan don't play with that. I vibe.
I was talking about how all the newbies introduced themselves and introduced what contract they had with the devil. Kobeni didn't say. She kept it secret.
She listened to Aki.
Yeah.
Or maybe just that one guy said it after being told not to.
Yeah, that one guy said it. But then it's so interesting because we don't know what Kobeni's devil contract is.
She just got that knife.
Yeah.
What if she doesn't have one?
She must. I'm pretty sure you have to.
What would you want?
Honestly, I really liked the time travel one.
The future?
The future one.
Oh, yeah.
That Aki had.
I would need something physical. I would need something on offense.
Yeah.
Maybe like, what are people afraid of? Maybe the commitment devil. Bitch, the intimacy devil is fucking whooping our asses.
Yeah, honestly.
That shit.
We'd be dead.
That devil be 80 miles high. like, yeah, I don't do anything. I'm just the intimacy devil. Give me a hug. Kind of skipping ahead because it's just the formatting of this show that I'm obsessed with. Like, we don't find out about the lollipop that Makima gave Denji until
the end of that episode.
Yeah, he's in the room with Himeno. And also, did you notice how like at the end of episodes, a scene will happen and then they'll like redo that scene in the next episode, either from a different angle, but like with different little things sometimes? No. Like at the end of this one, when Himeno's on top of Denji and is like with her beer, it's that full scene. Yes. And then she like falls over and is like, want to do it.
First person.
Yeah, and then they do it. The next one is first person, but then like I think she grabs something that like she didn't grab in the last one. I don't know.
Because it switches perspective.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. Because in the first one, it's from Denji's perspective, so he wouldn't have noticed all these things because he's like passed out or like whatever. And then the second one is from Himeno's perspective, and it's first person. They do first person a lot.
Yeah, that can.
Which reminds me, this would be a really good game.
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah, it would be.
Especially the hotel part.
Yeah.
I just feel like the devils and like all of it, I feel like it would be like a really cool third person.
Fighting in the street.
Yeah. She throws up in his mouth. And it's like we said, the grossest thing to ever happen. And you know, Denji's suffering. He's like, I can't believe this has happened to me. This is so gross. I hate it. Like, I can't believe this is like my first kiss.
That's
and
tough.
then he passes out. Himeno takes him to her apartment and with the intention to hook up.
I don't think she knows what she's doing.
True. But like
definitely horny though.
Yeah, they wake up like in the middle of the night. I don't know. I think it was in the middle of the night, and she's all like on top of him and they're gonna fuck or like whatever. And then thank God they don't. I think she passes out.
Like, girly, I've met these girlies who will fuck anything after drinking, and like I've had my moments, but like I don't know, I'm just like, anything?
Yeah,
because Denji is dingy. Yeah, not the best moment of discernment. She like is swaying on top of him and then rolls over and is like, want to do it, which is like, oh my God. And then he's like, okay, for sure, but then remembers Makima. He's a good dog. He's a loyal, well-trained dog.
Yeah, good boy.
Makima, honestly, who's kind of the weak? Really cunty
no one's
in
really
this show. Everyone's just in that suit. The spider. The angel. Should we move on?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone that's really giving.
No one's giving the cunt to the cunt.
Not yet, at least. Makima is almost. I feel like I will give it to her if I didn't hate her so much.
Maybe next season Makima will like
do something that will.
That's like
okay. So this is where the series really ramps up, and it gets fucking insane. Like suddenly, everything is happening.
Bitch.
And there's plot twist after plot twist.
when they shoot this girl in the head.
Yeah.
Another high moment from me. It was after you left my apartment. It was the episode after.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is really like a show. I fucking smoke and I turn it on. And because, like you said, it was like hunky dory, kind of funny. Himeno was like, oh my God, you should have me hook up with Aki, whatever.
Yeah.
They blow this bitch's brains out.
Yes, they
I
do.
saw that. And knowing the way that Chainsaw Man is gory and it's a modern anime that's not afraid to kill people. Well, whatever. I was like, I was so sad for Denji.
I was also like, they can't kill her off. They can't.
I thought that, but I'm like, they would. Because then they kill Himeno off.
That hasn't happened.
Not yet. But I'm like, this is the kind of show that wouldn't be afraid to do that.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's the moment where you realize that.
Yeah.
Is when they just shoot her and shoot everyone.
And show her dead.
Yeah.
And then they show almost like a little bit 9/11-y is when it's not funny. Is when they're like where everyone was at when she got shot.
Yes.
They were like in the noodle shop.
And they all got shot too.
By guns. Ooh. We have to touch on if this show was set in America. The gun devil wouldn't have shit. Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell if it wouldn't have power because like guns are so normal here.
Right.
Or if it would have power because guns are so normal here.
That's a good point. I feel like it would depend on the person.
If the gun devil was like in Mississippi, oh bitch.
Yeah.
He's getting his ass kicked.
I think it's also the thing where like if they're everywhere, that means the gun devil has more power too, right? Because there's more of them. The
guns themselves, or I think the power just stems from the fear, and I can only imagine like in Japan where like only the police are allowed to have guns.
Yeah.
Or even then, I heard sometimes it's only tasers. Mm-hmm. The thought of guns would be fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
I wrote straight in the dome. Granny with the Glock.
Yeah.
Katana Man show. Katana Man is at the restaurant.
Oh yes.
Does this episode end with Himeno dying? This all this happens in episode 9.
Oh. Okay, so
eight.
The Katana guy is in the restaurant with Aki, Power, Himeno, and Denji. They're all eating, and he's talking about his grandpa and talking about weird shit. And you're like, "Who the fuck are you, man? How do you know Denji?"
Yeah, we don't know that he's a sword man, right? Okay.
And so then they get attacked
immediately.
It's mostly Aki that's doing most of the fighting at this, like in the beginning. With
the Power Aki teamwork.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh wow, they're becoming family. When she like hit him and then she was like, top knot.
Yes, so cool.
Does she call him top knot in English?
I don't remember.
Anyways, you were saying.
Yeah, and the fight is really cool.
Excellent.
It's absolutely so fucking cool. And I was afraid Aki was gonna die here.
Yep. He's gonna in 2 years.
Oh, yeah, we find out that later.
That's tough.
Yeah. Himeno saves Aki, right? Like she sacrifices herself.
Oh my god. It is
it's heartbreaking.
Watching her disappear limb by limb.
Yeah.
And only being left with her eye patch and while she's saving Aki.
It's fucking crazy.
So like the sword man attacks Denji, immediately slices him in half. Denji's like somewhere in the street, sliced in half, unconscious.
Yeah.
Power and Aki are fighting. And then who else is with them? It's just Power and Aki?
Yeah, Himeno.
Oh, and Himeno's there. Yeah, they like end up on the roof after like chasing this bruh. Aki immediately gets stabbed and is like about to bleed out, wants to use the sword, which we find out like shortens his lifespan when he uses it.
Yeah.
Himeno is like, okay, I'll step in. Tells her ghost girly, can you step in? And the ghost is like, I'm not going in.
Yeah.
There's weird energy with that blonde bitch.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'll give you everything I have.
Mm-hmm. And she does.
To which we start seeing her body disappear. And the only thing that helped me from sobbing is thinking that it was painless.
Yeah, it probably was.
It looked painless, which really, really helped me.
Yeah. Also, at this point, because it had been a while since I first saw the first half of the series, I forgot that Denji can come back to life. So the entire time I was like, wait, is Denji dead?
I didn't know how he was going to.
Yeah, I was like, is Denji, like, is he dead? Because then you know, when all of this simmers down and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you see Katana guy just like hauling his like corpse,
His
around,
upper half.
his upper half, and like I was like, is Denji? How are they? Is he?
He doesn't regenerate. So
Well, apparently he does.
I'm like, did they connect his legs or did he just?
How did they find
They
them?
didn't show us
because
the lower
then,
body.
There was in the episode where the MWAH thing, one of his arms gets eaten, and then he has an arm again.
Oh, okay. So I guess it does.
I think they do regenerate.
Well, wasn't it like in the hospital? He was in the hospital, and they were like, "Wow, you are devil," because all it took was a blood transfusion. All I know is that in this episode, the enemies bring him back. Wait, that might be a lie. The enemy brings him back to life because Katana wants to fight him. You see, the girly orders one of her demons to yank his chain again. Wait a minute. Wait, no, that's the final fight.
Yes.
That's the final fight.
Yes,
I'm mixing it up.
And so then when you think all hope is lost, Kobeni comes in. And when you think they're going to take Denji, Kobeni comes in with her butcher knife, jumping around, being all like scary.
They said, "Is that a monkey?" I said, "Ooh." I said, "Ow."
Jump scare.
Oh, wait. We also have to talk about, though. I guess I did like Himeno. I didn't realize. But, like, she loved Aki so much. And the thing that she says as she's withering away is she was like, she's essentially saying, I want you to cry for me, so I'll die first. I want you to cry for me. She said,
because she loves the fact that Aki is still human enough to cry over loss.
And has purpose.
She
knows that he's just not, like, he needs to get something done. And she says, you can cry for me.
She loved him so much. It's so
also,
sad.
More cinematography. This was so lit.
Ooh.
It goes from the snake ramming
absolutely
her to just saying, like, that's the devil thing.
Ooh.
And it was so loud before that.
Yeah.
Everything was so loud.
And
okay.
suddenly silence. During this entire time, we think Makima's dead. But then she comes back and kills everyone. That train car is suddenly filled with blood.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. She killed all of them.
I didn't think about that.
And then she's meeting these people, these two, they look like twins, to be honest.
Yo, they really do.
One of which is voiced by the same guy in English as Suga from Haikyuu. That was fun. And then also Todoroki's brother.
He was funny.
Not Dabi. He was funny.
Not Dabi.
They go to this like temple.
Temple, yeah.
And she asks for death row inmates. And we don't know why. And they're blindfolded. And then they also, the other guys, the public safety guys, are also being blindfolded because they're not allowed to know Makima's devil contract. And she does her thing. What thing is it?
Oh, shit.
Beats me.
Every time she asks one of them to say the name, she smiles after. I think this bitch is the devil. Like,
I bet.
It's all pointed to devil. When she gets out of the car, something I didn't notice was second watch. She tells the public safety, the Kyoto people, she says, this blood isn't mine. I wasn't shot.
Yes, she did say that.
I was watching this with an understanding that everyone just kind of knew Makima was immortal.
Yeah.
But
no, they don't.
I wasn't shot.
Because then no one who was there survived.
And then you saying that, I'm like, that's why she
Yeah.
killed everyone in there. Okay.
Yeah, so she does her little thing, and then the people that kidnapped Denji, or like, you know, cut him in half, like whatever, the people responsible for all of this, they like
pop you on. Pop.
They just kind of like go into themselves, like they're pieces of paper mache, that sort of thing. And it's so sudden and it's so bloody. it's so cool.
and it really is cool because we get to see that depending on how Makima does her hands.
Yeah.
Because one of the other guys, she did more so like and his face goes that way.
Oof. I wonder what her devil contract is. Gravity? That was my theory.
Ooh.
You know? Because it looked like they were like, I think she has several. Because she has like different.
You know what I want to know? What's her sacrifice?
Right.
It's not as basic as soul. It can't be as basic as soul.
No. Maybe her emotions.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like she is the devil. She's a devil.
She has to be orchestrating all of this.
The sex devil.
I don't know if you noticed this, but at the end when she's talking to the public safety like the board, there's only one dude, and the rest of the chairs are empty.
This show.
And I remember because then when I was rewatching the beginning, all of the chairs were taken. Like they were like full men. Yeah. And at the end, it was only the guy in the middle and talking to Makima, and the rest of the chairs were empty. And I feel like she has to be working with the gun devil. Right. Like that has to be it.
I'm like, maybe she has a debt with him, and so she wants to find him for. It's all you can tell it's personal gain.
Yes.
When she's talking to Mr. Blonde Man, who we love, by the way.
We do love.
And I love that we know that he has a soft spot for Denji and Power.
He really does. Yeah. I think he likes them.
He definitely does. He said he was like, I don't like. It's we as an audience are kind of it's alluded that she knew about this whole setup and she did not care about who died.
She absolutely did know.
She knew exactly who would die and who would survive.
Yeah.
I will say I busted up laughing when Miss Kobeni was shooting at the van, and I'm like, these bitches work for the gun devil and they don't have a bulletproof van?
Right?
You a fucking idiot? These people are ducking bullets.
These people don't plan out shit. Also, the fact that Makima needs a name to do the thing.
Death Note.
Very Death Note.
Death Note down.
Very Death Note. She needs the name.
Episode 11.
Yes. Angel. Angel.
Talk about it.
The zombies are in the basement or something, and the special division are working with devils. We already kind of knew that. And then there's other divisions outside and the police, and the guy's like, you guys are not going to take care of these devils, the terrorists. You guys are going to make sure that our devils don't get out, because then we'll be in trouble.
Very psychopaths.
And, makes sense. So we meet Aki, Power, and Denji go in, like whatever. Aki makes a deal with the future devil because he needs a new deal. And we learn that he has 2 years to live.
Put your head in. It was giving blowjob, but
absolutely it was. And we learn that the future devil doesn't give deals to everyone. He's very selective. And then he looks into Aki's future and is like, ooh, interesting. Yeah, I'll give you a deal for your right eye or like whatever. And he's like, do you not want to know how you die?
He said it was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like Aki is going to have a bad future.
Bad or interesting in some way.
Yeah.
And he does not want to know. And then we meet Angel. And Angel's real interesting because obviously he looks like an angel. And he also... Yes.
Word.
I know. I know. What do you think? I love him.
He, they.
Total he,
they alert. He, they alert.
It's what everyone is like gender envy. Sherry is part of that from Skate. Whenever someone touches him, his skin, they lose years of their lives.
Why was he fighting zombies?
He doesn't want to.
Why they put him in there? They're dead.
He does not want to fight. He doesn't want to do any of that. And then Aki comes in and they have their little moment. I remember when this episode came out and all of my Twitter and my For You page on TikTok were filled with this scene, like this specific scene.
I will say it is thick. It's thick emotion. Like for yeah, I'll give that to y'all. I don't think it's that made up. Because
they semi-spoilers, they become partners later on.
Oh really?
Yes. And I think that's where people are like getting their fill. So you can touch them, but there has to be fabric in between. It's really funny that Aki's the one to say that.
Why?
Because how does he know that?
Oh yeah. And he's not afraid.
Yeah, he's not afraid. And Angel's like, oh, you know, you could die.
And just like,
oh my god. The height difference. Everything to me. And Angel's voice in English.
Heavenly.
Kill me now. I love him so much.
Oh my god, Archangel.
Oh my god. Angel is our new spokesperson.
Bitch, oh my god.
He's our mascot now.
Angel.
Oh, I started reading Aki Angel fanfic. And an archive of our own. There's only 950.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Hasn't this been out for years? Get it together.
Am I missing something? Like, did I click on the wrong tag? Like, where is the fanfic?
Okay. Also in this episode, we get a fucking Makima snatching eyeballs.
Yes, I forgot about that.
I can't figure it out. I think I like her because she has no qualms killing men.
Absolutely none. Or people.
Oh yeah, people in general.
And she's like, if it's necessary evil, then you're willing to do whatever it takes.
I was so gagged when she pulls out her little lunch. She's like, here you go. Yeah, I have a little something for you. And then proceeds to, do they pop or do they just pass out? The men in the back.
Oh, they do. They like bleed out of their eyes and nose.
And fall back.
What was that about?
Because she wasn't doing the thing.
She wasn't.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, what is her devil? And who are her peers at the company? I wonder if she's peers. And then she's also evidently well known by the blonde girl in the red sweatshirt being like, this is some bullshit Makima would do.
Yeah.
She's fucking blowing people up.
I know. So during all of this, Denji is fighting the katana guy.
Yeah.
And they're on top of a moving train, which is very Spider-Man, very superhero. And he says one of the best lines. Denji says, you put the dick in predictable.
Oh my god. Does he say that into sub?
I don't think so. Because everyone was talking about it in the comments.
And this fucking... The reasoning behind this fight is so stupid.
It is stupid.
Like, Denji, he realizes that Denji was one of his henchmen, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we already touched on that. And then the fight is like...
And they also want his heart, and we don't know why.
Yeah, we don't know why. And they don't really... I don't know if they know why. We just know that the red girl was like, in exchange for guns and power...
No,
you need to get his heart.
I think the gun devil wanted Denji's heart in exchange.
Yeah, but they don't know why.
They don't know why.
Wants it.
Yeah. I think Makima knows why.
Oh, Makima definitely knows why, because she is the gun devil, bro.
Wouldn't that be great?
Maybe she just wants her body back.
Ooh.
Maybe that was part of the sacrifice.
Do you think Makima had such a role in Denji from all this?
Rip. Anime would do that,
right?
Attack on Titan.
How is she how immortal are these immortals? Like, are they around? Like, do they age? How long has Makima been alive? That's my question, because she could have had a role in Denji from when he was little.
Yeah.
What if she's his mom? Ew. So he gets his arms, his limbs were cut off, his hands were cut off, everything was cut off. And he's like, oh, you've given up, give up, there's nothing left for you to fight with. Mm-hmm. You thought.
Bitch, you thought.
You thought. He was like, you really have to look for the legs. And it was very major, very, that one movie that's about vampires and werewolves, that's blue tinged.
Is it Twilight?
No, it's a different one.
I knew it wasn't Twilight, but I was like, does
Underworld?
No.
You ever seen that? Mm-mm. My dad was obsessed with Underworld, so we saw it a lot. There's this one scene where she cuts through the bad guy. And then there's a pause and nothing's happening, and then suddenly the guy's face gets sliced off or whatever. It's very tropey. That shit happens here, and Katana Man was cut and sliced in half.
Sliced and diced.
Yeah.
And this happening on the last episode made me like excited for the next season. They were really like, get ready. It just was. This season was just a little taste.
It really was. And then there's an after credit scene where we see that dream again of Denji. And it's the same. It's the him walking through that alleyway and that door, and he's about to open it, but then Pochita's voice says, "No, Denji, don't open the door."
She says you can't.
You can? Or you can't?
You can't. Like it was like it's Pochita, she didn't sound cute. She sounded like
you can't open that door.
And that music?
Yeah.
Yeah. We get like a sense that Pochita is not a cute little puppy.
Yeah.
Tell me, Denji, if you had to choose between the country mouse and the city mouse, which would you rather be?
Mappa.
What does that mean?
We didn't talk too much about the blonde guy, but yeah. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, that guy. I mean,
I just feel like
he was interesting
important.
because he trained Himeno, right?
And he seemed to like exude the essence of the public safety.
He also, I think, knows what's going on to a degree that no one else does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he really knows Makima.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't trust her.
Isn't afraid of her too.
Isn't afraid of her.
Or
and
in love
doesn't
with
trust her. But he's also, I think he's the only man who's not in love with her.
Thank God.
Thank God. Someone has to not be.
And it's not going to be me. Anyways. This was like Bleachy levels.
It was, wasn't it?
Maybe because it was our substitute for Bleach.
I didn't think that I had so much to say about the show.
Yeah, because also it's very gory.
Yeah. It's so intriguing.
Chainsaw Man, y'all got it.
Y'all
Fucking got it. Archangel stamp of approval.
Honestly,
down.
what's your rating?
Oh, my Archangel's rating. Okay, maybe we do it like how me and my friends judge our high school people's weddings.
Okay.
Or our engagements. Is we have like categories. So maybe we'll do like animation, plot, characters. Mm-hmm. Because like Hunter x Hunter
Lore.
is skewed on that way for me.
Yeah. And lore.
Animation,
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Plot, 9 out of 10. Just because I was a little confused, and why did the zombies put him in the trash can?
I'm gonna give it an 8 because I know it can be so much more.
It's only gonna be season 1.
And it's, I was a little bored there for a second.
This is true. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9, and then characters 10.
10 out of 10.
Character
I love
design,
these characters.
Maybe 11.
A what?
Maybe 11 out of 10.
The characters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you can also differentiate between every single one of them. There's no same face syndrome.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
And even though they have like similar archetype, they're archetypes that exist in other anime like Jujutsu Kaisen, they're still unique enough to like have their own thing going on.
Yeah, because power is really different.
Yeah.
Okay. This has been Chainsaw Man. It wasn't requested, but we know it's like hot off the presses. We know it's the talk of the town.
Yes.
I
think we're gonna do, unless you don't want to, I think we should do free.
We should do free.
We should do free.
For our number one commenter.
I know. I'm not looking forward to this.
I am, because I like to roast shit. I feel like I'm going to burn this bitch alive.
I think we will roast the fuck out of free. So stay tuned for that.
I am expecting the worst, so maybe it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, angels, another week, another anime, another day.
Another day.
Don't be pressed, stay well dressed, and you know the rest. This has been Archangels. Bye.
Bye.